Good morning. Let's find a seated position and begin. We're going to start with the neck, dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. Roll the neck forward. Left ear to left shoulder. And back to center. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder again. Left arm extends to the side. Right arm can reach up and over, gently applying pressure. And breathe. If you want, you can dip your chin forward, stretching on that back corner of the neck. And back to center. Left ear to left shoulder. Right arm extends. Left hand can come up and over. Applying light pressure, light resistance. As if your head wanted to come back to center, but your hand's not letting it. You can nod your head forward a little bit. Oof. And back to center. Chin to the chest. Both hands behind the head. Gently applying pressure. And open the elbows. Inhale. Exhale, close. Inhale. Exhale, close. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, close. Good. We're going to reach the arms out to the side. Drop the right palm to the ground. Left arm reaches up and over. Can reach up towards the ceiling or over the head. Try not to collapse the neck. Try to keep the spine nice and long. If you want to, you can nod your head yes and no. Maybe even look up towards your hand. Good. Other side. Palm plants on the floor. Other hand reaching up towards the ceiling or over to the side wall. Neck can nod yes and no. Maybe glancing up towards your hand. Good. Coming back through center. Let's roll the shoulders back. Bring the hands behind the back. Clasp them if you can. I'm going to turn it aside so you can see. If you can't do this, you could always grasp elbows. I'm going to extend my hands behind me, opening up the front of the body. Good. My hands are going to come still together to the left side of my body. My elbow is going to extend towards the wall, and I'm going to drop my chin away from my elbow towards my right shoulder. Breathe. Ooh, there we go. Bring your hands behind your back, switch the grip of your fingers, and then bring them over to your right waist. Elbow will point towards the wall, dropping the neck away from the elbow. And breathe. Woo, amazing. Arms out to the side. Bring them together in front. Clasp them in front. Interlace your fingers. Now open your elbows as if you're trying to hug a tree. Ooh. Raise the shoulders towards the ears and drop them. We're looking for an opening through the back body. So my arms are making a circle as much as possible. And I'm trying to open through the back of the upper body, between the shoulder blades, scapula area. Feel free to grind your tree, as I call this. Just gently twisting side to side. All right, nice. Let's stretch out the wrists a little bit. So we're going to turn the palms towards the knees. Palms find the ground. Stretching out the wrists. You can do this to any degree. You could also kind of peel the fingers back. See what that does for you. Wiggle side to side. We're just stretching out the forearms. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can always extend one arm and just pull. Pretty flexible here. Let's go ahead and stretch out the top of the forearm. So pulling it towards you. Keep a little micro bend in the elbow. You don't want to completely lock it out. Other wrist. We're going to stretch out the top forearm. Ooh, pulling it towards us. Another way to do that is to flip over your palms and then sink into them. Let's go ahead and stretch out the feet. Since we're here, we're going to tuck the toes underneath. So wiggle back. So here, you have a lot of options. You can stay here if you're getting enough sensation. Sometimes I have something to work through in my left foot. It takes me a minute. Maybe come up to the fingertips. Maybe palms come to the lap. Wherever you are, breathe into the feet. Try not to replace the tension anywhere in the body. Maybe you look up. Maybe you even interlace the hands behind the back again. Ooh, get a nice little chest opener. Back bend. All right. Let's find a side plank. Come to your right knee. Right palm plants down. Left foot is grounded. Leg is straight. I have my knee behind me at a 90-degree angle. Tilting my pelvis forward. Engaging with the abdominals. Pushing firmly into the palm of my hand. Weight is evenly distributed through all 5 fingers. I'm rotating my arm like I'm trying to open a jar. And then, if that feels good, I'm going to raise my arm towards the ceiling, making sure not to collapse my neck. I'm going to keep it nice and long. This is one of my favorite side body stretches. I'm going to scoot my leg in just a bit. There we go. We're going to hold here for a couple breaths. Deep breaths. Let's find a couple thread the needle. So inhale. On an exhale, you're going to twist and thread your hand through this opening here. Exhale. Inhale. Twist. Inhale. And exhale. Oh. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Amazing. Let's come back to center. Inhale, arms up overhead. Hands to prayer. One more round of breath. And exhale. Awesome. Let's find that side plank on the other side. So I'm going to come up to my knees. My right leg will extend out to the side. My foot is pointing forward towards the wall. I'm going to drop my left hand down to the ground here. Before I raise my other arm, I'm going to sort of check in with my pelvis. I'm going to try to tuck it under and forward. It's pretty subtle. You can barely see me doing it. So I'm going to tuck it under. But engage, push back through the lower abdominals, lengthening through the torso, opening through the chest. My hand is right underneath my shoulder. My knee is right underneath my hip. I'm twisting open through the arm like I'm trying to open a jar. Arms are opening. Here I can reach up, check in with the neck, make sure it's not collapsing. Try to keep it nice and long, extending through the crown of the head. And breathe. Ooh. All right. Let's find that thread the needle. So inhale. On your exhale, you're going to twist. Slowly, 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 slowly thread that needle. Exhale. Inhale up. Maybe gaze towards the ceiling. Exhale, twist. Inhale. And exhale. Ooh. Inhale. And exhale. Ooh. Amazing. All right, we're coming back to the middle. Let's find some torso rotations. But first, let's recenter. So inhale. Palms to the heart. Let's come to the cross-legged position. Either leg in front. Hands are on the knees. And we'll just circle the torso. On the inhale, come forward. Exhale back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Ooh. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go the other direction. Really get in there. And inhale. And exhale. Nice. Let's find a staff pose. I'm going to turn this way. My legs are straight out in front of me. Seat bones are grounding. Lower abdominals engage. Everything is nice and long. You can either flex or point your toes. I think it's more traditional to have them flexed. We're going to reach the arms up to the ceiling. And I'm going to bend forward from the hips. So I'm going to keep that length in the spine as I come forward. Maybe my hands find the floor. But I want to keep that nice, long, straight spine. Feeling the stretch more in the lower back here. Maybe the upper hamstrings. I have really open hamstrings, so sometimes I have a false sense of where people are supposed to feel stretches. I can grab my toes here. We're still looking for length through the spine rather than folding forward necessarily. My heart is reaching towards my feet. The belly is melting towards the thighs. If you need to bend your knees, it's totally fine. I like to do a little cobra sway side to side, and then we'll fold forward completely. Inhale, and exhale to fold. Scooting my heels together. Breathe. Look up, slowly come back to staff pose. Everything is stacking on top of each other, spine is nice and long. We'll come to find a cobbler's pose. Let's bring heels together, legs are bent. Scoot the flesh out from the sitting bones. Spine is nice and long, abdominals engage, and breathe. We'll find another forward fold from the hips. So keeping the spine nice and long, we're gonna walk the hands forward, 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 forward. Again, I feel this more in my low back. But you probably could also feel it in the hips for sure, and the glutes. I don't get much sensation in my glutes here. Definitely feel it in my low back though. Good. Walk the hands back up. Let's find a straddle. So bring your legs forward and then spread them out to the side. Whatever degree feels good for you. I'm pretty flexible here. I can go pretty far. Same thing. Spine nice and straight. Seating bones are rooting into the ground. Pelvis is tilted forward. Lower abdominals are engaged. Spine is long. From here, we're going to walk the hands forward with the length in the spine. Let me turn to the side so you can see more what I'm doing. So I'm walking forward like this, spine long. I'm pretty flexible here, so I can just go straight to the ground. But I'm still maintaining that length in the spine. Nice flat back. Wherever you find your edge, breathe. Nice. We'll take a side stretch here. So I'm going to bring my left hand out to the side and I'm going to reach my right arm up and over. Let me turn back to the front so you can see what I'm doing. So my left hand is inside. I'm going up and over. So you can do the foot pointed, the yoga toe point, flexed, whatever feels good for you. I'm going to do the pointed. Ooh, because it's good for my feet. Try not to collapse the neck. Try to keep the neck nice and long. This is a really juicy side body stretch. Good. Up and over to the other side. Oh, yeah. I tend to collapse the neck myself, so keep the spine nice and long. Maybe gaze goes up towards the hand. Make sure that left hip is not kind of trying to come off the ground. You want to root it down. Have that resistance. I'm also using this hand as some leverage to open my chest. And come back to center. Legs come back together. Shake them out. We're going to flip over onto our hands and knees for a tabletop. We'll do a couple rounds of cat-cow. Take this off so you can kind of see what's going on here. Ooh. So I'm gonna drop the belly on the inhale. Cat pose. My gaze goes slightly upward. So I have this sort of like arc in the spine. Exhale, push back to cat. This is supposed to be what a cat looks like, I guess, whenever they're sort of scared. And then we just link it to the front. So inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Few more rounds on your own. Inhale. Warming up the spine. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Alright, let's get some of that side to side motion. So I'm going to inhale. On exhale, I'm going to look over my right shoulder and bring my right hip toward my right shoulder. My mic fell. Oh, I forgot the mic was on. Alright. We got it. So I'm going to bring my right hip towards my right shoulder. So exhale. Inhale. I'm going to switch sides. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. At your own pace. Inhale. 2 more times. All right. Let's get a circular cat-cow. So we're going to be circling the torso like so. Under. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Other direction. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Nice. All right. Let's find a downward dog. So we're going to tuck the toes under, lift up, hold right here in this little bear pose. Breathe. And push back to a down dog. Ooh. So it doesn't matter if my heels are reaching the ground or not. I don't know if you can see them. I'm going to move forward. There we go. You can have your knees bent like this if you need to. What's more important is that we're finding length in the spine and that we're trying to get the biceps by the ears. So if you can't totally straighten your legs, that's totally fine. But we're kind of looking for a upside down triangle shape. Or I guess this is a triangle shape, but I'm upside down. This is an inversion, technically. Planting through the palm of the hand, all 5 fingers are rooted into the earth. From here, I'm going to raise my right leg, 3-legged dog, and I'm going to bring it up by my shoulder. I'm going to find this high lunge here. Ooh, there we go. And breathe. I'm going to go ahead and lower my back leg. Finding a low lunge. If this is too much for your wrists, you can kind of turn them into fists. I like to do that sometimes. Or come down onto your elbows. From here, we're finding an opening in the front of the hips. If you like, you can twist. There we go. Breathe. All right, we're gonna find downward dog again. So come back to tabletop. Ooh. And push back into down dog. This time we're going to raise the left leg. Left foot comes forward. Finding our high lunge. Hold and breathe. From here, lower the knee to the ground, finding a low lunge. If you want to, you can work in a little twist. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's come back to our tabletop. Okay. And I feel like this can be turned this way, just a skosh. Okay, let's see if that helps. Okay, back in our tabletop. Push back to down dog. We're going to go through that again, going a little bit deeper this time. So I'm going to raise my right leg, three-legged dog. I'm going to bring it forward to a high lunge. Or I guess this is a low lunge, but on my hands with the knee raised. I'm going to drop the knee. This time I'm going to open my knee to the right. I'm going to start to reach my hand up and around towards the back of my foot. Once I'm here, I'm going to raise my foot towards my hand, making that connection, stretching out the quadriceps. My left palm is really grounding into the earth, opening through the chest. I could even be pushing back into my hand, getting a little opening through the chest, through the shoulder. A lot going on here. Try to maintain the length in the spine. Breathe deeply. Good. All right, we're going to shift back into a Hanumanasana prep. Ooh, splits prep. So front leg is straight. If you can't straighten it, if you need to bend it, that's totally fine. We're looking for opening through the back of the leg. Ooh, there we go. Wherever you find your edge, just hold and breathe. Good. Drag the knee back. And we're going to find that tabletop position. Ooh, circle up the hips a little bit. Nice. And we will switch sides. Push back into down dog. Left leg reaches up. Comes forward. Ooh. Ooh, sorry. Hands inside of the foot. Knees raised. Go ahead and drop that back knee. This time we can start to twist, pushing the left knee open, opening towards the side of the room. My left hand, is going to come forward, up and back. And then my foot will reach my hand when I bend my knee. Whew. Breathe. Amazing. All right, back to that half split prep, Hanumanasana prep. Just shift back, find your edge, and breathe. I have my foot flexed here, but you can also have it pointed or knees bent. We're really just looking for the opening through the back of the leg here. Try to keep the hips level. So I'm going to turn towards you. You should be able to see that everything is nice and lined up. I'm not splaying out like this or this. Inhale. One more deep breath. Okay, let's go ahead and find a little child's pose. So we're going to sit back on the heels, palms to the ground. We're going to come down. Forehead will rest on the mat. You can open your knees wide if you like, if that's more comfortable for you. Forehead comes to the mat. I'm going to take off my glasses and find a little rest. Think about dropping the heart to the floor. But don't work too hard, just let it melt. All right, let's come back up to our friendly tabletop position. We're going to return to the thread the needle. I'm going to plant my left palm. I'm going to raise my right hand up to the ceiling. I'm going to thread it underneath, and I'm going to lower my right temple to the ground. So I'm looking for an opening through my shoulder blades. My shins are both planting evenly into the ground. I like to roll out my neck a little bit here. If that feels safe for you, go ahead and do that, but be very, very, very careful with the neck here. I can reach my other hand up to the ceiling and bring it around in sort of a bind. But wherever you are, we're looking for an opening through the back of the shoulder. Breathe. Sometimes I bring my toes to touch, but you don't have to. They can be parallel. Engage the lower abs. Keep the core strong here. And we're going to find our way back to neutral. Raise the right arm up and down. All right, other side. Left arm comes up. Opening. Thread it through. Oh, yeah. Finding that opening through the left shoulder blade. Both of my shins are planting into the floor. And breathe. All right, coming back to neutral. Tabletop. And back to the knees. Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and practice half pigeon. Tabletop. Downward dog. Three-legged dog. Raise the right leg. Bring your knee to your right wrist. We're going to hook the leg forward. Sitting back into, oh gosh, a half pigeon. Props can be very useful here. I'm doing this without props today. I guess I have this meditation cushion I could pull in for assistance. That feels kind of nice. Oh, shit. I gotta get going. Okay. Yeah, the glutes and the hips are just so dense, densely packed. I feel like it's this thick forest that I'm never going to find the center of. Ever. Make sure you're not replacing any tension in the shoulders or the face. We're really just looking for a nice opening through the right hip glute area. Okay, good. Come back to downward dog. Okay. Raise the left leg, three-legged dog, and find your half pigeon on the left side. Hang on. There we go. Oh, okay. Ooh. Amazing. Okay. We're going to find a quick Shavasana. Coming to lay down. Find the earth supporting you completely. Maybe take off your glasses, maybe let down your hair. Untuck your clothes. Really get comfy. Find stillness. We take this time to honor the practice that we have done, to honor our bodies, the weird shapes that we put them in the name of fitness. We give our bodies a chance to digest and process what just happened, really incorporate it deep into the muscle tissues, the fascia, the bones, the brain, the synapses, the neurons. We remember that yoga is about finding stillness, about making the connection with breath. Begin to wiggle the toes and fingers, the wrists, the ankles, the knees, the elbows, the shoulders. Find any movement that feels good for you right now. And we'll make our way over to our left side to a little fetus position. Go ahead and push your way up to sitting. Seated? Sitting. And we'll bring the arms up and over. Inhale. The light in me honors and cherishes the light in you. Namaste.